Hello, and welcome to the third educational moment in the ABCs of Investing series. My name is Dr. Lakeisha Lowe, also known as Dr. LL. I'm the CEO of Pivotal Solutions Management. For this educational moment, we will have a part two discussion about asset allocation. Now, I will admit that I do not have a recipe to offer to you as I did with the previous educational moment. However, my hope is that you remember what asset allocation is and its importance. Asset allocation is the method that you use to divide the money that you would like to invest among different assets. And it's important because it keeps you from putting all your money into one type of asset. To help you from putting all your money into one type of asset, I would like to give you with 4 different ways of that you may consider to allocate your asset. So let's get started. Gift number 1 that you may consider to allocate your asset. This asset allocation approach entails you're considering your age. When you're allocating your asset based upon age, you may use what is called the rule of 100. When using the rule of 100, you would subtract your age from the number 100 to determine how much to set aside towards different assets. For example, a 20-year-old would subtract 20 minus 100 to get 80, and the 80 would suggest that the 20-year-old may consider putting 80% of their investment into stocks, while the remaining 20% can go towards bonds and cash-like assets. On the other hand, a 40-year-old will subtract 40 from 100, which will give them 60. And the 60 suggests that they can consider setting aside 60% of their investment towards stocks, while the remaining 40% can go towards bonds and cash-like assets. Now, more people are living longer, and some people are considering the option of subtracting their age from the number 110 or 120. Now, whether you subtract from 100, 110, or 120, that is a personal preference. Now, if the rule of 100 doesn't work for you, I got you with gift number 2. With gift number 2, you may consider a target date fund. A target date fund involves allocating your assets based upon a mutual fund that consists of stocks or bonds that is based on a specific target year or target date. Now, for example, if you are looking at retiring in 2050, then a mutual fund that has a 2050 target year or target date would be something you would consider. With target date funds, they typically rebalance themselves, and as they move closer towards the target year, they tend to become less aggressive. Why? To preserve investment so people can have their money once they reach their target year. Now, are you still on the fence? You're like, I'm not feeling the target date fund. Okay, that's fine. Well, I have gift number 3 for you. Gift number 3 involves that you can make it so where you allocate your asset based upon a particular goal. For instance, if a couple is wanting to invest in in regards to save for a wedding in 2 years or to go on a vacation in 2 years, they may consider allocating their assets towards assets such as cash or cash-like asset. Or if they, on the other hand, if they want to save for a beach house in the next 15 to 20 years, they can allocate their assets towards towards riskier assets such as stocks or other types of asset that have risk. The reason being your time horizon of your goal dictates how much risk you take or what type of asset you may consider. Now, I've given you 3 different types of approaches, so 3 gifts in regards to asset allocation. But are you still curious about that fourth gift, what it involves? Well, here it is. Gift number 4 involves that you can allocate your asset based upon your investment risk tolerance, or in simple terms, based upon how much you can tolerate as far as losing some of your investment. Now, I know a lot of you say, I don't want to lose any of my money. And no one does want to lose their money. But it's important for you to know your investment risk tolerance. Why? Investments are not likely to always stay up. And two, there are also risks associated with every investment. So it's best to learn your investment risk tolerance in advance so that you won't have to make decisions based off of emotions. And individuals who have lower risk tolerance, they tend to gravitate towards bonds and cash-like assets, while those who have high or aggressive risk tolerance, they lean towards aggressive assets such as stocks or other assets that carry more risk. So I've given you 4 different asset allocation options to consider, which consists of you could allocate based upon age, 2, based upon target date fund, 3, based upon a particular goal, and 4, based upon your investment risk tolerance. But I must inform you, allocating your asset is not a one size fits all for everyone. And it's not a one time process. In fact, it's highly encouraged for individuals to allocate their assets every 6 to 12 months, like going to the dentist or having the tires on your car rebalanced. Why? It helps your money to continue to work for you and it keeps you from making emotional decisions. So, if you found this educational moment or any previous educational moment helpful, I encourage you to click on that like button. Or also, don't be afraid to leave a comment below. Also, I encourage you to be on the lookout for the next educational moment, as well as exciting news from Pivotal Solutions Management. As always, I'm yours truly, Dr. Lakeisha Lowe, also known as Dr. LL, and I'm with Pivotal Solutions Management. I encourage you to always stay motivated, determined, prayerful, and driven. And remember that financial literacy can change the outlook for your family, future generations, and you. My hope is that you enjoy the rest of your week, and I wish God's blessings upon you.